どうしたヤマト。
僕は
登録する。
いや、それは海賊王が言った言葉だ。
Card Kaizoku.
So if you like what I do and want to support me, consider backing me on Patreon, and even just sharing my content around or recommending my channel to people really helps, so I really appreciate it. Thank you! This video is sponsored by Card Market, Europe's largest online marketplace for trading card games. This video is sponsored by Sleeve Chief. When you walk away, you don't hear me say, please oh baby, use code CARDKaizoku for 5% off your order. That's right, Sleeve Chief is releasing 2 new Kingdom Hearts related products. It's their Chest of Memories deck box and their Keys of Memories border sleeves. All of this is out now on their website. Alright, we're going to be doing another live reaction, live watch along on the 3-on-3 Autumn tournament in Japan. This is a OP09 format tournament. I just kind of skipped around until I found a matchup that I thought was interesting. So it's Bonnie versus Doflamingo here. Right, I think this is the semifinals too. So it plays Bonnie out. Yeah, so 09 doesn't really seem to have shaken up the meta too much, right? These are 2 decks that are going to be at full power once the new starter decks release in a week. Both Bonnie and Doflamingo, especially Doflamingo, he's going to get a bunch of new starter deck cards. So Bonnie started out with, yeah, Bonnie Searcher and passed. So Doflamingo goes second here. And he played the 2k counter, Buggy, which is a new card in a new starter deck that lets him rearrange top 3. So it's looking like he's put in Searcher that he's going to draw next turn, Sengoku, and then he's going to cheat out. I didn't quite catch what that second card is, but it's a 7 Warlords, and then it's a Crocodile that he's going to draw the turn after. So passes back to Bonnie. Ooh, Doflamingo player has 2 puddings in hand. That might come in handy against Bonnie, who does like to go pretty big in hand size. Especially with cards like this Bonnie Searcher 1 cost lets him search top 5 of their deck for a Supernova type card. So they... Apu 2k counter, that's all they can take really. That's the only option. Everything else has to get bottom decked. Now, what's in the Bonnie's hand? I didn't quite see. It's kind of hard to see from here too. Can I make the stream 1080p? Hold on, let me see. Oh yes, I can. Ooh, okay, that's better. So it's Cavendish, Carrot, Rosinante, Carrot, and 2 Apus. Okay, so he does down leader to attack 6. So he's leaving a Dawn up for a leader ability, which I don't think he needs to, right? Because he's gonna the Doflamingo player is just gonna swing for 8. So Doflamingo takes, goes to the Doflamingo's 4 Dawn turn. He swings for 7 only. So it might be a Boa on top. No, it could be anything really. It is Law, the 4-cost Law. That's a new starter deck card. So that lets him bounce a 2-cost on board back to hand. Then it lets him KO Bonnie? Oh no, he attacks 7k into Bonnie. So he does replay out the Sengoku. Oh no, this is a Sengoku from hand, not replay. Right, because he bounced the Buggy back to hand, which is a 2k. So this resets the top cards of his life, so he doesn't know what's coming up next. He's gonna need to play that Boa the turn after to set up his leader ability again. He does run the Blackbeard. I see 2 of them here. He'll probably take the Crocodile here. 2k counter. Yep. But yeah, if the opponent had a character on board, that Law that he played could have bounced the opponent's character back too. But in this case, he just used it to bounce the 2k back to hand, which is, yeah, still great. So passes back to the Bonnie's turn on their, I believe it's their 5 Dawn turn now. So we could see a Cavendish most likely come out here. So he swings with leader 5 at the Law, forcing a 1k counter. 5 Dawn for a Cavendish and then a Rosinante maybe? No, Carrot. Carrot freezes the Law. Right, you want to control the board. Alright, we'll see what Doflamingo's got cooking for his 6 Dawn turn. So it's 4 Dawn for a Boa, right? Right, this is what's strong about 6 Dawn for Doflamingo now. Because of this new starter deck Boa, you can leader ability on your 6 Dawn turn. You don't need to wait till you're at 7. Because with any other 7 Warlords type character, you do need 3 Dawn after playing the 4 drop out to use your leader ability. But with Boa giving a rested Dawn to leader, that circumvents that. So it's looking like he's setting up a Boa to be cheated out. That would let him attach another rested Dawn to leader actually as he's swinging. So it could be an 8k swing, but it would just be going to leader. But you're still developing a 4 cost 6k blocker. That's still great. Then he's got a 2k crocodile and then the law afterwards. So he wants to draw into the 2k and then cheat out the law, it looks like. Yep, rested Dawn leader, attaches another Dawn leader, swings 7 at the Bonnie, and then activates leader effect to cheat out to Boa, allowing him to move a rested Dawn onto, most likely, it could be either the leader to swing 8 or the, oh no, the law is still frozen, right, because of the carrot. So, rearranging the top 3, he does get to search 1 more deep than he looked at previously, so he does see a Weevil here, which is something you want to cheat out instead, because he can draw you a card. Yeah, so it's looking like he's gonna draw the Croc, cheat out the Weevil, and then draw that Law into hand next turn. So passes. Oh, the 8k. Sorry. So Bonnie takes, and then yeah, now he passes. So let's see what this Bonnie's got cooking up. So the carrot can freeze pretty much a body every turn that you keep carrot alive. He does have a second one. At 7 Dawn, he cannot play both Cavendish and carrot just yet. Oh, 2 carrots, still 2 more carrots. You could see Basil Hawkins come out, just having a 7k blocker would be nice. So swing 7k into Law with the leader. He could block counter 2 with the Boa and then defend the carrot hit. But you're able to fill the board so quickly with Doflamingo, you could just let Law die. Right, because he's going to draw into another one anyway, soon. It looks like he's also running the 2k counter Law. Or no, that's probably the same Law, but that's the alt art on board, I believe. He does let the Law die. Yeah, Doflamingo characters can be quite expendable. It does play the Cavendish, which allows him to get 2 active Dawn back. Right, he lets you untap 2 Dawn. Dawn on carrot to swing 7 at Boa. Now this will force a 2k. You want to keep your Boas alive. So there's the 2k. No, that is the 2k Law, right? And then the other one is the one that bounces. Well, yeah, the 2k counter Law also bounces, but he bounces himself. Okay, passes with the Dawn up for Bonnie's leader ability, which when your opponent attacks, you can activate your leader ability to rest any one of their active other characters or leaders on board. So it pretty much denies 1 attack. So Doflamingo starts off with a Boa attack for 6. This is probably going at the life, because he wants to get some pudding value. Oh, sorry. No, he didn't attack yet. That was the carrot who froze the Boa. I keep forgetting that part. So Doflamingo attacks 8k, uses leader ability to cheat out the Weevil, and draws the Law that's on top of his deck that he knows is there. This is 8k at carrot most likely. So it uses the Bonnie leader ability to tap the other Boa before it can attack or block. 8k at carrot, I think you do kind of want to save it. Carrot probably buys you a lot of time in this matchup, being able to rest, keep his bodies rested. But it would require 2 cards, so in the Pooh and then maybe another carrot to save. Now, yeah, as the commentators are mentioning, if this is a Bonnie that runs the 8 cost kid, it would do a lot better into Doflamingo than the other variants of the Bonnie deck. It does counter 3k in the end, and then plays out a Weevil from hand to draw a card, and then passes. Right, so it's the Bonnies, I believe their 9 Dawn turn now. So a lot more options, especially with the Cavendish giving you 2 extra Dawn effectively. But the Bonnie only has Shanks as a top end. This is a new starter deck card too. This is the only addition into Bonnie actually. So he swings 6k into the Boa and then freezes the Weevil. Or no, it's probably the other way around. Right, attack into the Weevil, freeze the Boa. Counters 1k to save it. You could just play Shanks. Shanks lets you KO any rested character on board on play. But that would leave him with no active Dawn to use leader ability, but he has Cavendish also to untap 2 Dawn. Or they could develop a carrot, attack with Cavendish, and develop a second carrot that would control the Doflamingo's board quite heavily there. That's one option. Okay, they're paying for a carrot. It looks like they're going to do a double carrot play. So freeze. Oh, he did freeze the Weevil. So he attacks Cavendish 6k into Boa. You'll want to defend this, so probably going to see another counter here. And untaps 2 Dawn, that lets him play another carrot. And he'll even have Dawn for leader ability. Counter 1k. So it's probably 5 at leader. And then the 3rd carrot, and then Dawn up for leader ability. Doflamingo's not going to be able to attack at all. Okay, Doflamingo takes the 5k. And here comes the 3rd carrot on board, freezing the Boa. And passes the Dawn up, so if they attack with leader, they can tap the Weevil, and then that's all the attacks they have to defend. Huh, how is Doflamingo going to get around triple carrot here? Might be doomed. Right, at this point, like, since your characters are going to get frozen every turn, you might as well replace them and play active characters to be able to attack afterwards, but then you do lose out on a lot of value on the characters on board. Right, they're essentially like, you can treat them as KO'd, they're like they're not even there. So that's what, 12 Dawn worth of value that he can't get access to. So he's separating out 3 Dawn for leader ability for sure. And then what else can he do? He has a lot of options though, he has a pretty big hand. I do believe at the moment he doesn't know what's on top of his life, or his deck either. But he does have that 2k boogie that he can replay to rearrange if he needs. Okay, so he's doing 9k Weevil into carrot, so Bonnie can tap the leader with leader ability, so he can't use the effect to play a card from the top of the deck. So yeah, leader ability taps the leader. So everything else that Doflamingo can do this turn will be coming from hand. One of the carrot eventually dies. Ooh, he swings the rest with the Sengoku character on board. What is this, 7 on him? Makes him a 9k, so he did 9-9. 9 into Cavendish, he dies. And that's because the Bonnie actually only has 2k counter in hand. Right, they have 2 blockers and a Shanks who don't have counter value. So the Doflamingo picked up on that. But yeah, the carrots can still freeze 2 things this turn. Now, is this the time to play the Shanks? Or he could do Cavendish Hawkins? So he just swings with the carrots first to burn counter and then freeze. So attacking Weevil, freezing a Boa. Takes a 1k out of hand. Probably going to do the same again. 6 into Weevil, freezes the other Boa. Counters 2 to save it. You could just see a Shanks to kill the Weevil. And then Bonnie has the life buffer to be able to take a few hits next turn while safely developing the Shanks who can like remove a character each turn that he attacks. It's impossible for the Doflamingo to defend against a Shanks hit, so 5 at leader. Leaving the Sengoku alone, he doesn't think he's going to attack with the Sengoku anymore. That took a 1k. He does play the Shanks to kill the Weevil in the end. Even has a Dawn up. So leader and Weevil untaps, just 1 Weevil here. And the Sengoku, of course. Alright, let's see what he top decks. What can save him here? He needs a red rock for the Shanks, but he draws a Piranha, which is, yeah, something you want to play anyway. To rearrange, because you're going to want a leader ability this turn. And then try to take out a carrot, I guess. But if you take out a carrot, the Bonnie's still at 4 life, so... At this point in the game, I think it's favored towards the Bonnie player. The carrots are so devastating in this matchup. I have been seeing a lot of Bonnies run the Bedge blocker, the 1-cost one. So that's like a tech in Japan at the moment. It does swing 9 into carrot, doesn't value the leader ability, he values the 1k higher stat line onto the Weevil. So Bonnie does rest the Doflamingo with her leader ability, lets the carrot go because he did draw only 1k more counter. Swings 9 again at the other carrot. So it clears every character, but the Bonnie was able to develop a Shanks. So passes back to the Bonnie. So everyone's working at 10 Dawn right now, but that's all the late game that the Bonnie has at the moment. Fortunately for the Doflamingo. Doflamingo still has a steady supply of counter in hand too. So actually not in too bad of a situation now that all the carrots are gone. So does swing 5 at leader, it looks like? No, he changes his mind. 5 at lead, I guess. It takes a 1k to counter it. Shanks can kill whatever he wants on board, probably a boa. Yep, at boa, and he definitely does not save boa here. If he does, I guess I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm pretty sure boa's gonna die here, even though he's making it look like he's debating it quite a bit. Okay, he's got 8k counter in hand. He could save it, but I don't think it's worth. Oh my god, he does! Okay, I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. Counter 6k to save boa. Was that worth it? So plays out Cavendish, then probably a Hawkins after, because he gets 2 Dawn back. Yep. And then passes with the Dawn up even for leader ability. So what does this saved boa do for him this turn? I guess we'll see. We'll see what the big brain play was to spend 6k counter on that. So top decks a Perona. I mean, he hasn't leader ability for the last 2 turns too, so it's essentially like he didn't draw an extra card for 2 turns. So it does play the Perona to setup. Top 5, rearrange. I saw a Sengoku, 2 Sengokus and a Jinbei and a Gravity Blade. So not too great actually. Kind of a dookie, dookie top 5. Gravity Blade a little too late too. If he had that earlier, that would have gotten rid of the carrot problem, like lickety split. Y'all still say lickety split? So yeah, Sengokus are the things you don't want to see at this point in the game. That's why some people don't run any copies of him at all. So it's looking like he's gonna cheat out a Croc, draw the Gravity Blade, and then cheat out Jinbei the turn after. So what does Croc do for him? Croc lets you bounce a 2 cost, right? He could bounce the Perona back to hand. So he leaves it that way. So here is 7 at leader. Bonnie could just take at this point. Bonnie has so much life. So cheats out the Croc, bounces Perona back to hand. Oh, KO? No, replaces the Perona. And pays it on to bounce the Sengoku back to hand. Right, his board was full. So Bonnie leader ability taps a boa blocker. Takes the 7. He'll probably defend the last hit with the Hawkins. Did pick up a 2k, that's going to be great. We're going to see 8k from Weevil at leader. And then 9k from Boa, it looks like. Or you could play the Sengoku. This could be 8-8. So here's 8 at leader. I mean, he could block counter 2 here. He takes it. And there's 9k with the Boa. This is going to be hard to block and counter 2. Because you can't, you need to block and counter 3, so you might just take it. And he does. Okay, yeah, that accelerated the game state quite a bit. Bonnie took 3 life there, going down to 1. Now, the Doflamingo does have Perfume Femur in hand to bypass blockers. So Bonnie does have to be careful of going down to 0. Right? You want to stay at 1 life, you're basically at your last life at the moment. Oh, they don't put sleeves on their Dawn. Or the Bonnie player doesn't at least. I saw how bent his Dawn cards were. He did get the when you're at war trigger. Oh, but he kept it in hand. Oh yeah, it's the Bonnie's turn now. So he attacked for 5 and then Doflamingo countered for 1. I wish there was a way to tell whose turn it is at the moment. So just play out the Bonnie and then search with it. He does feel safe. Oh, essentially it's free because you can get the 2 Dawn back with the Cavendish attack. So Supernova means that he can take a Hawkins here or the Cavendish. Everything else is not a valid target. Or what is that card in the middle? Is that Bedge? It is. Takes the Hawkins. Freaking alt arts, I can't recognize the art. It's too rich for me. I only know the basic art. What would he take? Bedge? Either way, you just want a blocker, right? So take the cheaper blocker. Does take the Bedge in the end. I mean, you already revealed it, so I guess he's rearranging the order. They putting back on the bottom. Where did that carrot come from? Oh, he knocked the top card of his deck by accident out. So the judge are putting it back on top face up. I guess it happens. Something happened. I wasn't paying attention either, so... Okay, so the top card of the deck was a carrot that he flipped over by accident, but the judges are letting it be put back. Opponent was okay with it, it looks like. Now that wouldn't be a problem if we had a digital client, official one. So if Shanks attacks, kills Boa, because he's only got 2k counter right now, so everything he attacks will probably kill whatever it's trying to attack. The Flamingo does have 3 life still though. Oh my god, this guy doesn't sleeve his Dawn and he doesn't keep them all like face up too. It's bothering me. Orient them correctly, please. Unless he's like, is he keeping track of any information by having them upside down or not? So he's doing 9k Cavendish at a Boa. And then untaps 2 Dawn. Boa dies. Isn't 9k kind of overkill? Because even if you attack 8k, they're not going to use both cards to save anyway, I don't think. If you're suspecting it's 3k counter. So it does do Baby 5 search. What is he looking for? A 2k counter or a Doflamingo? Okay, so... Oh, he does run ACOS Kid. But cannot search it. He can take a Baby 5 2k counter or Rosinante, and he takes the 2k counter. So he's got 4 Dawn left to work with because he's going to want to leave 1 up for leader ability. They've also got a blocker. Is he swinging with the Hawkins? Yeah, I just killed the Weevil here. So 9k at Weevil, this will kill. And then replace the Bonnie with the Bedge, and then replace the Baby 5 with another Bedge. Yeah, pretty much the wall is up here. Right, he just has to not take a life this turn and he's good. Doesn't have to worry about Perfume Femur. He's got 2 blockers out and a Dawn for leader ability. Opponent's only got 2 bodies to attack with. Essentially 1 because of the leader ability. So you're in no danger at all here. Does do the Gravity Blade onto the 2 Bedges. That was a top deck Gravity Blade. A little too late though, I feel. So he does 8k at leader. Doesn't matter if you take or not. The leader ability to tap the other attacker, so there's no way he can die this turn. Now, do you take the 8? You would take it if you think you have game. Which is, yeah, still not guaranteed actually, so I would counter. Counter 4, yep. Just in case, you know? And then, do you want to go for game, or do you just want to attack characters and play it safe? I mean, the Doflamingo didn't play any characters, so as long as you kill his board, I think at this point he can't kill you, right? So might as well just get him to waste counter defending the crocodile, or just it'll die for free. So he can't play the other Cavendish he has in hand because both Cavendishes cancel each other out. They only activate if they're the only Cavendish on board. So he actually has no cards in hand to play anyway, right? It's 2 Apu's a Cavendish and then 3k counter. So he does swing 7 at the Croc, who will die. And then 6 at lead, he'll take. 7 at lead. Takes it. Shanks attacks 2. I mean, unless you're scared of like Rush Usopp, I would attack with the Hawkins. Wait, Cavendish doesn't let you untap? Oh, he just overpaid Dawn. He didn't untap. He untapped the Dawn because he overpaid. It looks like. So he does pass without attacking with the Hawkins because of Rush Usopp, I guess. Doflamingo scoops, so Bonnie takes it. Okay. But yeah, even though this is OP09, this is an OP 8.5 matchup. It's looking like OP09 is going to be a little stale, right? It's just an extension of OP08, it looks like at the moment. Okay. Huh, might as well just watch the finals, right? Because that Bonnie's going to be playing. So let me skip ahead. 1 second. Oh, let's see the 3-on-3 matchups here. So it's the Bonnie's team. They also have a Doflamingo on their team and a Lucci against Black Yellow Luffy, Purple Luffy, and Doflamingo. I'm guessing the Bonnie will play the Black Yellow Luffy, so let's skip ahead a bit to that game. Let me get some water too. I'll be back in a bit. Alrighty. Yep, the same Bonnie player against Black Yellow Luffy. Let's see how that matchup goes. But yeah, this is an extension of 8.5. There's nothing different in 09. It's kind of disappointing. I think Shanks is the only one that has any representation at all in the new meta. Purple Black Luffy, it's okay, but I think it's not a top deck. Right? It's kind of rogue-ish. Not rogue, but like... Not S tier. It's an A tier deck, like the edge of A and rogue. Purple Luffy is like the standout purple deck. Ooh, so 2 kids, Cavendish, a Badge, and a Bonnie. Is this a keeper? I'm guessing he kept, right? Or did he? No, what is he shuffling for? He's mulliganing, right? Is that why he's shuffling his deck? Oh, that was the opponent's deck. Did they both have yellow sleeves? Why did I get confused? Okay, so Garp, Hiyori, Egghead Luffy, Kuzan, and Ace. So no 2-cost brother and no Gecko Moria. But Garp, is this a hand you want to keep? I guess I should have taken one of the plenty of master classes available for this leader to know if this is a keepable hand. Okay, so it looks like these are the hands that are going to go for the game. They do both have yellow sleeves, that's why I got confused. I guess, yeah, technically it's gold and yellow, but, you know, same thing, same thing. Yeah, look, they're like almost like exactly the same shade of yellow. No, they are, right? It's just the lighting that made the other one look more dark. Okay, so Bonnie goes first, starts with a Searcher Bonnie. This is that new Luffy that they sold at the Nationals. Like the kind of gold outlined Luffy. Kind of wish the art was different at least, but... Right, because all they did was just add like gold accents to it. So Luffy's 2-down turn, probably a Garp. Does he play Flampe here though? In this matchup? Does play Garp. I think whether you play Flampe or not depends on if you think the opponent runs 9-cost Zoro. And I'm not sure if they get to see each other's like deck list beforehand, because this is the finals, right? So they might have seen their like previous matches coming up to here. So the Garp probably finds them a Luffy. You want to get the Luffy here? Yep, 2-cost Luffy. Does bottom deck one of the Sabos at least. Now, do we see Flampe come out or is it a pass? It is a pass, okay. So Bonnie searches here. I guess the Bedge is good in this matchup too, right? You can tank an 11k hit from the Luffy with the Bedge. Oh my god, his Dawn is still upside down. It's so annoying. Okay, so searches with Bonnie. Wanna find an Aruj for next turn if you can, but doesn't find it. Takes another Bonnie. I guess you have 2 Dawn to try again. Does take the Bonnie, which is the only valid target. And rearranges in some certain way, but he'll never see those cards again anyway. So yeah, I'm probably guessing another Bonnie search. Yep, and then you're going to try to find an Uruj. Oh, they have Cavendish for next turn too, so they don't have to find an Uruj. 8-cost kid would be good in this matchup. Finds a 10-cost Doflamingo, it takes a 2k. Yeah, the carrots are unsearchable by either Doflamingo or Supernova Engine. You just have to hope you draw into the carrots. Carrots would be great in this matchup too. You can keep that Luffy tapped. So it does pass it over. So yeah, they can get rid of both searchers with the Garp and then the leader hit. So I'm guessing a Kuzan's gonna come out this turn. Bonnie doesn't really have a way to like deal with it. They'll swing 2 into Bonnie. The searcher Bonnie dies, and then 5 into Bonnie dies. And yeah, Kuzan just helps you set up for the rest of the game. Does play out the Kuzan. Draws a card. Now the fact that the Luffy hasn't taken any life yet means that he doesn't get value out of the Egghead Luffy. You can still KO a 4 cost, but you don't draw a card afterwards. Is that how it works? No, I think you have to be at 2 life for it to KO. So yeah, he cannot KO at the moment. So yeah, strike the record, scratch what I said, editor cut that part out. So 5 at the Garp. So yeah, Bonnie just wants to get to late game before attacking Luffy's life. Plays the Cavendish out, get 2 Dawn back. That's a Bedge out, probably. Right, I think it's safe to play out Bedge. It just passes it, okay. So Luffy's turn, they're probably going to play out the 5 cost Luffy. Did he draw a second one? Oh no, this is the first 5 cost Luffy he drew, that he saw. The one that's not the Egghead one. I think he has to play it out, he wants to take his own life. Because the Bonnie's going to starve you out until they get to their late game. He has 2 8-cost kids, that's going to be pretty good to develop. If you can develop those 2 before the Luffy can leader loop, I think you're golden. Right, it's a lot easier to defend an 8k base leader than a 5k one. But he doesn't have the blockers to set up the wall. He has 1 Bedge blocker, but some Rosinantes would be nice too. And to get rid of that Kuzan too. That 4-cost Kuzan is the way to kill that 8-cost kid easily. But luckily he has 2. So we'll see which one sends up on top at the end here. It's gotta be 5 down for the Luffy, right? Again, I haven't taken the master classes, so I don't know exactly how Black Luffy is supposed to play. You could develop a Sabo too to try to find more of the combo pieces in hand. He could Hiyori the 5-cost Luffy even to go down in life. You can go down 2 life this turn. But it's looking like he's gonna hard cast the 5-cost. Yep. Okay, I know at least this much with Black Yellow Luffy. I know when to play the 5-drop. And he's probably not going to swing with the Kuzan. Because the Bonnie has leader ability. He can't swing at all, actually. If you want to save your Kuzan. So, might just see it pass here. Yeah, it just uses the Luffy's leader ability to... Not leader ability, card ability. Draw a card and take a life. Loses a Sabo and then passes, yep. Because he needs this 4-cost Kuzan no matter what. It's imperative to keep him alive for this matchup. So passes back to Bonnie. I believe this is the 5 Dawn turn. No, 7 Dawn turn. So actually the Bonnie doesn't have much to do, right? They can't play a second Cavendish here. Could just search with the baby 5, it looks like. Yeah. 10 cost Doflamingo would be great too, but I think he really needs a 2-cost Rosinante, the blocker. To keep the 8-cost alive after the Kuzan tries to kill it. Doflamingo and Rosinante. Choices. Takes the 10 cost? Okay. Okay. Doesn't value the protective blocker. But yeah, the 10 cost Doflamingo denies your opponent's leader Luffy from swinging at you for 11k for a turn. So that's always great too. It plays out the Bedge blocker and then passes without attacking. So it goes to the Luffy's 8 Dawn turn. So they could Hiyori the Sabo out and then play the Ivankov to take 2 life. And then the 5-cost Luffy could take their last life. They do have an Ace and then the Sabo in hand, the 2-cost. Oh no, that's Luffy, sorry. But if he does attack this turn, that would make his Kuzan vulnerable, so maybe it's another turn of not attacking. Could just be like a Sabo turn. Yeah, just Sabo and Luffy as his 2 costs. As the Black Yellow Luffy player, I really have no idea what I would do in this situation. I would probably do the Hiyori thing with the Sabo and just get myself to 0 this turn. Because the Bonnie's going to spend a turn playing ACOS Kid, right? So you're not going to be in danger of like being attacked for any big number. So he does attack with the Kuzan and the -4 cost to the Cavendish. The Bonnie leader ability to tap the Luffy. So that 5k was directed at the BB5 searchers. So she dies. Now, are they going to pop the Cavendish? Cavendish is 1 cost right now. They could Hiyori the Egghead Luffy on top. And then if you take that life, the Egghead Luffy can KO the Cavendish because you'll be at 2 life at that point, and then you draw a card. Okay, does the 5 cost Luffy first. Draws a card, trashes a life. Loses the event searcher, that's fine. It could be Gecko Moria. What would Gecko bring back though? Nothing, right? I'm guessing Hiyori Luffy. He must have attacked with the Kuzan for a reason. He wants to get rid of the Cavendish. Right, because on Bonnie's turn, they can use Cavendish to get extra Dawn to use to like attach to the 8-cost kid to set up the wall. So that would be a justification for killing Cavendish this turn instead of waiting a turn. Okay, just hardcast the Egghead Luffy. He pops it to kill Cavendish. And since he's at 2 life, he draws a card. Draws another Sabo. So he has to be confident that he can defend the Kuzan here. He does have 3 Dawn for Ivankov. So 5 at the Bonnie leader, takes it. I guess you're playing Ivankov, and then going down to 1 life. And then next turn, 5 cost Luffy just takes a life and lets him leader loop. Is that what he does though? Yep, 3 Dawn for a Ivankov. So yeah, I guess he was confident that he can protect the Kuzan this way. Oh, I guess you don't have to use the on-play for Cavendish. So it's just a 3-cost blocker. Not Cavendish, Ivankov, sorry. So yeah, Ivankov just a 3-cost blocker in this case. Yeah, for some reason I never considered just not using the on-play with Ivankov. It does play out another Cavendish, so 8-cost kit not coming out yet. And I believe they still have 5 Dawn to work with this turn. Swinging 9 into Kuzan, that's going to be a block. Yep. And then 1 Dawn for a... Did he draw another Bedge? Or is it a... What can you play for 1? A Poo? He's blocking his hand, I can't see. What you got? It was another Bedge. Oh, even between the Bedge blockers, they have different art. These are both alt arts that have different art. How many variants of Bedge are there? The 1-cost blocker one. I only have the ugly anime screenshot one from the starter deck. Okay, so Luffy goes to 10. Now he can't go to 0 easily and use the Gecko Moria loop. So in that way, it's a little awkward for him. And yeah, Bonnie has leader ability up, so either you don't do anything this turn or you risk losing your Kuzan trying to do something this turn. He's putting that decision onto the Luffy player here. I'm pretty sure the Luffy player knows that he needs the Kuzan for the late game that he's about to play next turn, so he's gonna have to do it in a way where, like last turn, he could defend the Kuzan afterwards. Could just be like a Hiyori into Sabo, 5-cost Sabo. And then he could put like another Sabo and Luffy into life with leader ability and then cheat those out. That works, right? So Hiyori, then 5-cost Luffy, then leader ability, and then played the Sabo and Luffy from hand, the 2-cost. Then go to like 11k? 13k? 11k, right? Okay, so he's separating out the Dawn in a way that I don't know what he's gonna do with it. So he uses the leader's ability, the Luffy's ability first. Luffy and leader both start with L, so it's a little confusing. So it does discard an Egghead Luffy. That's something he can bring back to life. He could just play Flampe too, but I think Hyorri's better in this case. He doesn't know what's on his life, right? If he had used the Ivankov's effect, he would know, but right now it's blind. It's looking like he's gonna play the 5 drops from hand. Hardcasted. But what does he get rid of? So Kuzan attacks 5, -4 to the Cavendish, so he's a 1 cost. So uses his ability to tap the 5 cost Luffy, who's AK right now. Takes the 5. Two Dawn on leader. Yeah, so Hyorri, right? He faked me out. He separated his Dawn 5-5, so I thought he was gonna hardcast something. Oh, he takes it back. Okay, maybe he's faking me out again. This guy's got a Snoopy shirt. Okay, 2 Dawn for Hyorri. Yep. Oh, Flampe. 1 Dawn then. Huh. Wouldn't Hyorri be better? I guess this way you get to draw 2 cards. Right, Hyorri would not draw you any cards. Because you're just replacing. I just wanted a 11k leader. So what's it gonna be? Sabo and Egghead Luffy, right? Then Luffy will pop to kill the Cavendish. Now he does have Ace as a rush angle too. So he hardcasted 1 Sabo. He's gonna develop 2 Sabos at the end of this, it looks like. Or is he not gonna leader ability at all? He has to, right? Yeah, 2 Dawn on leader. What does he discard? Probably the Event Searcher. So what can the Bonnie do the turn after? I mean, Doflamingo is a good thing to drop next turn, right? It denies 10 cost Kuzan and the leader from attacking you. So Egghead Luffy and Sabo. He's probably gonna pop just Luffy right there, right this turn. That's all the Dawn he has for. Pops the Luffy, Egghead out, and he's gonna kill Cavendish here. Draws a card. And that'll be it. No, wait, the leader can attack. So leader is 9k right now. 7k base plus 2 Dawn. Attacks 9k. Maybe he knows that if he does attack with leader, it's gonna get frozen next turn. But it's still worth it to attack 9k. So Bonnie takes it. And passes over to Bonnie. Now I think 10 cost Doflamingo is what I would do this turn. Right, you have 3 targets to freeze. And they're 3 targets that you would normally want to freeze anyway, right? They're your preferred targets to not let attack you. Does draw a Hoodie. This is great for setting up lethal. If he needs it. Just needs to get that Doflamingo on board, and then the turn after that, anytime he has blockers out, you play Hoodie. Doflamingo has direct access to the leader's face. So it does just swing 5 with the Bonnie into the Kuzan, and then Sabo blocks it. 10 cost Doflamingo. Does he freeze the blocker? No, you freeze Kuzan, leader, and then yeah, the Luffy. So it does let him keep the blocker. Well, lets him untap the blocker the turn after. Now these Veges are going to be pivotal in this matchup, I think. Right? It buys you 2 extra turns of the Luffy's leader looping. I guess he can still leader loop, but you're not having to defend against 11k hit twice, right? With these 2 Veges. So it's probably these Veges are probably an adaptation for this matchup specifically. Because I can see how great they are here in this kind of situation. So what could the Luffy do? I mean, they could start doing Gecko Moria stuff. It's probably what you have to do. So you attack with the Sabo and then just replay it. So 6 Sabo into leader, yep, right? You're gonna replay it anyway. You're gonna play 2 Sabos, most likely. He does have access to, what, 3 Egghead Luffys in his discard to get rid of these badges. But yeah, this Bonnie played around the Kuzan pretty well. So it does swing 6 with the Sabo. Right, because if this Luffy was able to access Kuzan on this turn, it would definitely get rid of the Doflamingo. Oh no, it wouldn't. Right, because 4 minus 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. So you still need additional cost reduction. But if it was an ACOS kid, yeah, it could get rid of an ACOS kid. So let's play out the Gecko. It's going to bring back 2 Sabos. Or you could bring back the Luffy to kill a blocker. That's also viable. So he brings out Luffy and Sabo. Okay. So he's going to use Egghead Luffy to kill one of the badges. So pops the Sabo from life. Draws 2, discards 2. Probably get rid of the Kuzan at this point, yep. Just everything with no counter. Then leader ability to put a Luffy on top. What did he discard here? Discards a baby Sabo. To bring back Luffy Sabo. A Luffy. Interesting. And pops a Luffy here. So that's making me think he's expecting to take a hit and lose this Luffy. He wants to keep the Sabos in discard. So the fact that he brought a Luffy back, I think he's using it as like a sacrificial piece. Oh, he doesn't pop the badges. So I'm guessing he wants to attack with the Luffy and then pop it so he can potentially get rid of 2 blockers. That's smart too, right? Right, there's no value of getting rid of a 1-cost blocker now, so might as well do it the turn after, because you can still get rid of both of them before attacking with the rest of your characters. Okay, so Bonnie attacks 5k probably into the Kuzan here. Yeah, because Luffy is a 9k base right now. Does defend it for 1k, and then Doflamingo attacks into Kuzan. It blocks that. If you drop a kid, it just dies, so you can't drop kid. That's what the power of this 4-cost Kuzan is doing. It does drop it anyway. Interesting. He does cheat out a Bonnie? A baby 5, and he can search with it. Oh, he doesn't because he needs his leader ability. So just puts Dawn on the kid to set up the wall. But yeah, Kuzan just swings, gives -4 to the kid, and then Luffy can pop it. But yeah, he'll still have the 2 badges in this case though, so he's got that going for him at least. So Kuzan 5 into 8-cost kid, -4 to the kid. He uses the ability, leader ability of Bonnie to tap Gecko Moria, I'm guessing. Or the leader? Leader, yeah, that makes more sense actually. Then Luffy pops to kill Kid. But he could just replay him because he has another Gecko Moria in hand. So does Luffy pop the top life, or do you want to... No, you want to use it, right? So you have a 1 life buffer after leader looping. So he has to play Gecko first. I guess you attack first, right? Or else you won't have board space. I can't tell who's gonna win. It's looking like Luffy might win if he can keep up his wall while getting rid of Bonnie's life. Because Bonnie's at 1 life. Does play the other Gecko. He might replace the Kuzan at this point. He does. Little does he know, the Bonnie has a second ACOS kit in hand. So if he can get it to stick, actually it might be over for the Black Yellow Luffy player. So just pop out the Egghead Luffy. And then, oh, he actually pops it to get rid of a Bedge. I gotta think of other words. I'm calling pop from life and pop to kill something on board the same verb. So 2 down leader. Out comes Sabo, and then a sacrificial life, right? Luffy Sabo. And then Sabo out, have a blocker, everyone's unkillable, unKOable, I mean. And then he just has a 9k swing from the Gecko still. Discards 2, Luffy 6 as well. So this one's a 2k. Then Gecko is a block, I'm guessing. Huh? Why did he counter 4? The Luffy is only a 6k, right? He never used the Luffy ability. He over-countered. And I guess technically you're allowed to over-counter, so the judges don't have to say anything about it. Right? It's not a misplay. And it is a misplay, but it's not a illegal play. And then the Gecko attacked, bringing him to 0. Am I tripping? Right, Luffy would never use the ability, so it's only a 6k. Or no, I must have. Right. They played the 2-cost Luffy, they popped it. At that point he had 0 life, so he buffed the Luffy to 8. I'm the stupid one. Okay, so 10k at the Luffy was blocked, and then ACOS kit attacks 9k. Oh, no, he just taps it and puts a Dawn on it. Oh, this is a new ACOS kit, right? The last one died. Editor, cut all that part out so it looks like I knew what was happening. Oh, no wonder. This is like a 1-hour recording. That's why I'm going loopy. Having to react to both games back to back like this. Hey, how do you casters do it, man? I mean, the Luffy may have it here. How much counter does Bonnie have? So that is 3, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9k counter total. Okay, we're seeing 2 down for a Luffy. This gets rid of a Bedge. Yeah, pops the Luffy to kill Bedge. Draws a card. If the Luffy can't win this turn, he'll at least get rid of the kid. So yeah, he pointed at the Luffy this time. I saw him do it. So Luffy's at 8k. Maybe it's easier if you have like a co-caster. So I'm not having to talk all the time while thinking what to say. Right? One guy's talking, the other person can like pay attention to the board. So that's why there's 2 people casting usually. Sometimes 3. Yeah, solo casting is rough, man. Okay, so you did leader ability to put Sabo and Luffy into life. Plays out a Sabo from hand. Pops out the Sabo. I believe he's a 9k base leader right now, right? If I recall correctly, which I'm not sure if I am anymore. Okay, swings was 12 into Kid. He does have the counter for it. Then he has access to 9 and a 10k afterwards. Oh, he wants to get rid of the Hody. You kind of need it, right? Yeah, everything else in his hand has counter too, so okay, it's looking like he doesn't think he can win with the Hody next turn. So he does counter 5k in the end to save the Kid. And then 11k at Kid here. No, 12k. Gekomori is a 9k. That's crazy. And then he dies because he only has 4k counter exactly. Bonnie scoops. Black Yellow Luffy wins in the end. Huh, so the Bonnie didn't run 9-Call Zoro at all? Or maybe he didn't draw into it? But yeah, it seems like without 9-Call Zoro, this matchup is really rough. Okay, Black Yellow Luffy is still strong in 09. Probably not as strong against like Purple Luffy and Doflamingo, but against every other deck, Black Yellow Luffy is still up there, it looks like. Okay, so yeah, we live reacted to 2 games at the 2024 Wave 2 3-on-3 Autumn Tournament in Japan. Got to see some of 09 action at a high level in Japan. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know what you guys thought of my casting. I know it was a little rough. I'll try to get better at it. I guess I gotta do these more, so hope you don't mind me uploading more of these. And these are just for fun. I'm not like trying to aspire to be a caster. I wouldn't mind trying to do it for real, but probably not at the level that people want to listen to me yet. I don't know. If you guys do, let me know. Or maybe it's funny to see me get confused. But that's just me. I'm not doing it on purpose, I swear. Okay, yeah, thanks for watching. If you are not subscribed already, I would appreciate a subscribe. So do that, please. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Car D Kaizoku.